Okay, guys, good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? Everyone well? You can turn on your microphone.
Hello.
Hello, hello, Martine, how are you?
Fine, fine.
Good. All right. Priscilla?
Yes, I'm fine.
Anything exciting going on with you?
Yes. What?
What's exciting?
No, nothing.
Okay, nothing. You know, it's funny because this actually came up the other day, so I'm going to actually talk about this. I want to talk about this little problem about any and nothing, anything versus something versus nothing. Okay, because anything and something and nothing are not the same, and we use them differently, and it's a very common mistake. So I'm going to get to that in a minute. Jose, how are you?
Very good, teacher.
Good. Okay.
Good.
Sorry?
Okay. Very good, teacher. Good.
I'm very happy to hear that. Okay. And we
Yes,
have
I'm happy.
and Ivan and Leo. Okay. So just to get you warmed up, I'd like you guys just to chat to each other. So what I'm going to do, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to split you into 2 groups. Okay. So so first of all, just to make sure everyone's
Oh, coronavirus.
that's just a cough.
Hi, Laurie.
Hi, how are you?
Teacher. Teacher.
It's working. I can.
Hello.
Hi, Priscilla, are you in a chat or something?
What?
Are you in a chat?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm not.
You guys are still here.
Yeah.
Yes. In another chat room is alone. I am alone.
Me too.
Oh, okay, fine. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there.
Well,
Okay.
I was with Leo, but
Okay.
his micro work is not working.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's just see who's in the break rooms. Oh God. Okay, nobody. Okay, fine. And oh, poor Jose's on his own. Hang on a second. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to close. I'm not sure what's going. There's something strange about this. The Zoom with making these breakout rooms, because sometimes it works and then sometimes for some reason it doesn't seem to work, and I don't know why. So I'm just going to close all the rooms and bring everyone back. But yeah, no. So what I wanted to kind of go over, I had planned to talk about this at some point, but it was when I asked Priscilla a question, it actually reminded me. So we'll just talk about it today. So what I want to talk about is the difference between some and any. Okay. It's and also no. So basically positive and negative. Yes. Yes, of course, please.
What is the pronunciation of London? London or London?
Sorry, could you ask the question again?
What is the pronunciation of London?
London.
Yes.
London.
What is the London?
London.
Okay.
London.
Yes.
It's not London. It's London.
London.
So even though it's spelled with an O, the sound is so it's London.
Okay.
London.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So it's London. Okay. Right. So what I want to talk about basically is the difference between some and any. So when it comes time to talking about basically, so some and any and no. So the main difference is when you talk about any, we use any for a question, right? And when we talk about some, it's positive, and when we talk about no, it's negative, right? So that's the main basic difference. So if I say to you, if I want to ask you a question, do you have any money? Right? Do you have any money? Now, strictly speaking, to be grammatically correct, I would have to ask you that question. I would have to use the word any when I'm asking a question, right? Do you have any money? Native speakers in casual English, we do ask, do you have some? So native speakers, we do actually use the word some in a question, but as a general rule, you're supposed to use any when you are talking about the question. So basically, so is there anyone here, right? Is anyone going to the party? And so I think the question I asked Priscilla was, is anything going on? Right? So when I say any in these questions, it's not negative, it's not positive, I'm just asking a question. We do also use any. We do also use any with a negative. So so that's why you can answer, I don't have any money, right? He doesn't have any time. So I can use any with a negative as well. So I can use any for a question and a negative.
Okay.
So if I say, I don't have any money. That's the same as me saying, I have no money. So if I say to you, I have no money, and I think this is where it gets a little confusing for people, because the verb is positive, right? It's a positive verb, but the meaning of the whole sentence is negative. So I have no money is the same as I don't have any money. So if you say I don't have, you have to say any. If you say have, you have to say no, right? And again, and it doesn't make a difference, this thing about any and some and no, okay, it's for everything, okay? It's for anybody, anyone, anybody, anyone, so anybody, anyone, anything, right? Anybody, anyone, anything. And anybody and anyone are the same. It does not make a difference. There's no difference. And it's not like one is good and one is, or it's not like one is better to use. It doesn't make a difference. You can say anybody, you can say anyone. You can say somebody, you can say someone. You can say everybody, you can say everyone. So anybody, everybody, everyone, everything, right? And then likewise, somebody, someone, something for positive, right? And then also, of course, you've got, and then of course you've also got anywhere, like for a place. So anywhere, everywhere, somewhere. So any, every, and some you can use to talk about people, you can use to talk about places, you can use to talk about things. But the basic rule is about positive and negative and question, right? So first of all, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna erase all of this now.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes,
Is
please.
I have no is the similar I have not money? I have not money? I have no money?
No, you don't say I have not. When you have a verb that you need to change into a negative, in most occasions you have to use an auxiliary verb. So you don't say I have not money, you say I don't have any money. And if you want to use the positive verb like I have, it's not I have not money, it's I have no money. Okay?
Okay.
I have no money, or I don't have any money. Right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So that's how you would characterize it, right? I don't have any money, or I have no money. So essentially, when you're talking about these any and every and some, and I'll talk about every later on, but right now let's just focus on any and no and some. So first of all, when I talk about this idea of some, so some is vague, okay? Like if I say to you, so I have some money, there are some books on the table. So if I say these things, some money, some books, some beer, it's vague. You don't know what the quantity is. I don't know if this is like a lot of money or very little money. I don't know if this means like 5 books or 100 books. I don't know if it means like 1 can of, like 2 cans of beer or like 20 cans of beer. So it's vague. So when we talk about some and any, it's basically because we don't know the amount, or the amount is not important. So we don't want to be specific. We want to be vague, or we can only be vague. Okay? And again, same thing, right? If I say to you, someone called and asked, someone called and asked for you, right? Someone called and asked for you. Like, I don't know who the person is. Like, I don't know their name. So it's vague. So someone called. I have no idea who. So because I don't know the name of the person, or I forget the name of the person, someone called, right? So again, it's vague, right? So it's not clear what you're talking about. It's not clear if this is like this. It's not clear who this person is. So likewise, some money, some books, some beer. It's not clear on actually how much. We're not clear on actually how much there is. So when we have this idea of some, basically it is weird. And we can use some with both countable and uncountable nouns. Okay? So you can use some with both countable and uncountable nouns. Likewise, any you can use with countable and uncountable nouns. Right? And no, you can use with both countable and uncountable nouns. And in all of the cases, or for some and any, it's because I don't know the answer, or I don't know the amount, I don't know the quantity, so I'm just being vague on purpose, right? Or I'm being vague because I simply don't know. I simply don't know a specific number. I'm not saying there are 3 books on the thing. I'm saying there are some books on the thing. So I walked into the room. There were some people there. I walked into the room. There were some books on the table. I walked into the kitchen, and there was some food because it's uncountable. So there was some food on the table, right? There was some milk in the fridge, or there wasn't any milk in the fridge, or there was no milk in the fridge. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this idea of some or no is basically, we can use it with countables, with both countable and uncountable. Okay, so let me see if I can find. So let me just, first of all, I'm going to find somewhere I have a thing, and I'll just say, sorry, before I get started. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I asked Priscilla a question, and the question I asked you was, is anything happening? Okay, Priscilla just disappeared. Like a magician. That was bizarre. She just vanished. Oh, there you are. Okay. So when I asked you, is anything happening? And you said no, anything is happening. Now, and this is why I want to talk about this, because this is the exact mistake that a lot of people make. And particularly Spanish speakers make this mistake. So essentially, because we're talking about some and any and every, okay? So because we're talking about them, so it's not, you said like anything is happening. But when you said anything is happening, what you really mean to say is nothing is happening. Right? So that's what you meant to say. So you said anything is happening, okay? But anything is happening is wrong. It's not anything is happening, it's nothing is happening, right? Or you could say there isn't anything happening, right? So do you see the difference? Do you see why that when you want to say any, when you want to say any, the verb has to be negative. And if you want to say nothing, the verb is positive, but the meaning is negative. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And again, this applies, okay? So because like sometimes I hear students say things like this, anybody is here, right? And when they say anybody is here, what they're trying to say is nobody is here. So really what they should say is there isn't anybody here. So again, it's because when you say anybody is here, it's wrong. Okay? So anybody, anyone, anything, anywhere, it's all the same, right? And the reason why, and the other mistake that people make, again, very common. We say things like, there isn't nobody here, okay? Or nobody isn't coming, right? Or all of these are wrong. That's wrong. And it's wrong because if I say there isn't nobody here, nobody isn't coming, I don't have no money, all of those examples are examples of what we call in English a double negative, where you have negative, and that's wrong, okay? So you don't say there isn't nobody here, you would say there isn't anybody here, or nobody is here. Does that make sense?
Teacher, is
okay.
The sentence,
all right, okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Somebody is here, is correct?
No.
Somebody is here.
No, it isn't. It's not correct because like somebody, something, somewhere is, we don't use it for a question. We only use it for a statement. So if you want to say a question, you use any. If you want to say a statement, you use some, or you use none or no.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So we don't say we don't say some is some, we don't say is somebody here. We would say, oh, is anyone here? So like if you walk into your apartment or you walk into a shop and no one, like there is nobody there, or there isn't anyone there. You would say, oh, is anyone here? You would never say, is somebody here? You would say, is anyone here? Okay, so let me just find you. Okay. Okay, so have a look here at the choices that you can see. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. So have a look through. Now, what I would like you to do is I want you to make a guess and I want you to talk about it with each other, okay?
Okay.
Oh, basically, your choice for all of these is either some or any, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Okay. So, number 1, what's the answer?
Some.
I'm gonna buy some
I'm going
eggs.
to buy some.
Eggs. Right. Number
Eggs.
2,
Yes.
some or any.
I
Any?
didn't make any mistake.
Right. 3,
Any?
Any?
Any.
Any?
Any.
Any?
Any.
Any? Some? Any?
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 Any.
Any, some.
Some?
So.
exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Any.
Any.
Any?
Any.
Any?
Now, okay.
Yes.
Some.
This is this is where it gets a little confusing. Would you like some tea?
Mm.
And the reason why the reason is because you're asking, would you like or do you want? It's so basically like this is the exception. Okay, this is the exception to the rule. So would you like some tea? You wouldn't say, would you like any tea? You would say, would you like some tea? Would you like some lunch? Would you like some dinner? Would you like some food? Would you like some milk? Would you like some coffee? Okay, so it's really because, and the reason why is because this is a question, but really it's an offer. You are making an offer of food or whatever, right? Obviously, did you buy any rice? We don't need any.
Any.
So it's a question and then a negative sentence. We haven't got any bread. I'm going out to buy some bread. During our holidays, we visited some very interesting places. I went out to buy some milk, but they couldn't have any in the shop.
Some
And
water.
again, I have some water. So when you are making a request, like the thing of it is, this question, do you know, or did you buy, right? That's an information question, right? But can I have, and would you like? Those are not information questions, right? That's like a request or an offer. Would you like some tea? Can I have some water?
The polite question.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's a polite question or not?
It's a polite question. Exactly. It's a polite question. It's a polite request. It's a polite offer. Okay, so that's that. Now, so just to go back on this idea of some and any. I just have a nice image, a nice picture that kind of expresses everything. Okay, good. Now, so if you look here, basically you can see some and any. So some is used for positive sentences, right? There are some flowers. He needs some medicine. However, the exception is some can also be used in questions if you are offering something or someone or thinking that the answer is yes and hoping for an answer. Would you like some coffee?
Oh.
And any is generally used in negative sentences. There aren't any students in the school. I don't want to drink any fruit juice. Any is used in questions. Do we have any bread? He hasn't received any emails. And then exceptions. Any can also be used in a positive sentence if it is used with conjunctions such as if and whether. Okay, so first of all, do you see here where it says whether? Can you all see that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's wrong. They've used the wrong word. Okay, it's not weather like the weather. That's the weather.
Yes.
It's whether. It should. That's a mistake. It should read WHETHER, weather, which is a word that just means if.
What?
It's not. So I'll just show you. So it's not.
Teacher.
It's not weather. Like it's not weather like the sun or the rain or whatever like that. It's not weather. It's the word is weather.
Weather.
Okay,
Is it,
which is
is the same
basically
pronunciation?
it's the same pronunciation, but different spelling, very different meaning. Okay.
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 Okay. So sorry. So just to go back to the actual screen just for a moment. So, so we'll always help you if you have any problems. So if you have any problems, give me a call. So basically, for a conditional, right? If you have any problems, right? Call me, right? That's a first conditional, right?
Yes.
If you have any problems, like meaning tomorrow, in the future, if you have any problems, call me. That's a first conditional, talking about the future. Okay, sorry. Someone had a question.
No.
No.
There wasn't a question? Oh, I must have misheard. Okay, so does that make sense about some and any? Is that clear?
Yes.
Real?
Clear.
Okay. Now, okay. So just another, just quick little screen here. So some, okay, I'm gonna
Now
make this
you
a little
can
bit.
put the link of or the chat.
Yes, I will put the link in the chat. Yes, I will.
Thank you.
So some and its compounds, so somebody, someone, something, somewhere, are normally used for affirmative sentences. So, you know, all of this, right? There is some wine in the cellar. We have some chocolate, blah, 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 blah. You can also use them in questions where you're making an offer. So would you like some tea? Do you want something to eat? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Any, of course, is for a question. Okay. And any is also used for negative. Okay, I have never met anyone as rude as you. I did not have any time to speak to Mark. Okay. If you want to use any in a positive sentence, it means something different. So we can go anywhere you like. It doesn't make a difference to me. It doesn't matter to me where we go. Anyone could have told you that. Because when we talk about anyone, or if I say to you, do you have any books? Do you have any pens? Do you have any phones? Do you have any chairs? I'm asking for, like, it doesn't make a difference to me. If I say to you, do you have any pens, right? And you say, yes, I have some pens. I don't care if it's a blue pen or a red pen or a green pen or a black pen, right? It's just the idea of any pens. So it's very, very broad and very, very, very general, okay? And then, like I said, that's for no. Okay, so, and with some and any and no, we use singular verbs. So, have a look here. I hope to have black time to myself at the weekend. Any or some or no?
Some.
Some.
Number two?
Anybody?
Number three?
Some?
Some.
Number four?
Any?
Don't have any.
Any.
Okay.
Some.
Some.
Some. 5. Some.
Some water.
I want.
No. Or
Because basically, like that's a positive. You
Okay.
could have some water.
Water. Water.
nobody.
Number
Somebody.
Nobody.
Somebody.
somebody.
Yes.
Some.
Well, hold on. Actually, there's actually 2 possible answers.
Oh yeah.
And the difference is, if I say to you, somebody called John to tell him the party was cancelled, that means
Yes.
someone, anyone, I don't know who, but somebody called John. If I say nobody called John, right? So basically, the party was cancelled, but John did not know the party was cancelled. Do you see the
Okay.
difference?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Anybody.
Anybody?
Any.
Anybody?
Something.
Something.
Something. Some.
Sometime.
Yes.
He
No.
has no time.
No.
No time?
Sorry.
He said he has no time, or he
Some.
said he has some time, right?
Okay.
So again, it's like both of them are correct, but of course both of them, like, they're the opposite. They mean 2 very different things.
Okay.
Okay.
Any. I have
Any.
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 Hey.
Oh, wrong.
Hey.
It's
Wrong.
it's because they want it to be a negative. They want it to
Okay.
have a negative meaning, right?
No.
Okay.
It's only wrong in this exercise.
To make
It's wrong. It's the wrong answer for this exercise. Like, some is a wrong answer for this exercise, but some is still grammatically correct for a positive sentence.
Okay.
Okay. So, does anybody have any questions?
No.
No.
So you don't have any questions.
No.
So you have no questions.
Yeah.
So you can say, I don't have any questions, or you can say, I have no questions. Or I can say, does anybody have any questions? Okay. I suppose I could say, does anybody have some questions? I could say that as well. But that's the basic difference between some and any and no. So the main rule is about positive, negative, or questions. And just ask yourself when you're speaking, just remember, are you making a positive sentence or a negative sentence, or are you asking a question? And that way then you'll remember. And the rule is the same for all of those things. Like the basic rule about negative and positive and questions, it's the same for anybody, anyone, any place, anywhere, anything, nobody, nothing, no one, nowhere, anywhere, anywhere, somewhere, somewhere, someone, somebody, blah, 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 blah. Sometime. Okay?
Okay.
All right, does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, good. Right. Okay, I'm going to stop. So I will see you all. I'm going to put the links now. I'm going to before we close class now, I'm going to put the links into the chat.
Thank
now.
you.
Thanks.
Okay, so they're there. You can have a look at those exercises. You can have a look at those exercises, and I'll get some more. So there's a couple of links there.
Thanks.
Yes.
Perfect.
So everyone got those, no problem?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, all right, there you go. So you can have a look at those. So my suggestion is click on them now and then get them onto your laptop. Because as soon as I close the meeting, they'll disappear. Okay, so we'll talk some more tomorrow about these. So these are just the basic ones, but then we talk about things like both and every, or both and neither. Okay, so there's some and any and no, but there's also every, and then there's both, and then there's neither. So there's a few more that we have to kind of go over. So we'll go over all of those tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hasta mañana.
Bye-bye.
I
See you tomorrow.
feel fine. Don't worry. The cough was just a frog in my throat. Okay, I don't have coronavirus. I
That's
think I might just have. I think I have a plain old common cold. I'm hoping it's a plain old common cold. All right, listen. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye. See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hasta mañana.
Thank you.